this video, direct sum of vector spaces are discussed. First, we have the definition of internal direct sum. Let V be a vector space over a field F and let U1 etc. Un be subspaces of V. Then V is said to be the internal direct sum of U1 etc. Un if every element small v in capital V can be written uniquely as V is equal to U1 plus U2 plus and so on plus Un, where Ui is a member of capital Ui. Next, we have the definition of external direct sum. Given any finite number of vector spaces V1 etc. Vn over a field F, if we consider capital V to be the collection of all ordered n tuples with components V1, V2 and so on Vn, where each Vi belongs to capital Vi, then we can have that capital V to be a vector space over F under the component wise addition and scalar multiplication. This V is called the external direct sum of V1 etc. Vn, and it is denoted as capital V is equal to V1 circle plus and so on circle plus Vn. Now in this theorem we are going to prove that V is the internal direct sum of, if V is the internal direct sum of subspaces U1 etc. Un, and then we will have this V to be isomorphic to the external direct sum of U1 etc. Un. So in this theorem we prove that the internal direct sum is isomorphic to the external direct sum. So to prove that, first you take V to be the internal direct sum of U1 etc. Un. Then any small v in capital V can be uniquely written as V is equal to U1 plus U2 plus and so on Un. Now we define T from V to U1 circle plus and so on Un, that is the external direct sum, by Vt is equal to any element V is written in this way because of this, and the image of that under T is defined as the ordered n tuple with components U1, U2 and so on Un for every V in capital V. Then we prove that this T is well defined one-to-one, on-to and homomorphism. So for T to be one-to-one, we'll have to consider for T to be well defined, first we'll establish that V to V equal to V prime. Two elements in the domain are equal. So this V is replaced by this and V prime is replaced by this. So by the uniqueness we have this step, and if we consider the ordered n tuple U1 etc. Un, because of this relation we have that to be equal to the ordered n tuple U1 prime, U2 prime and so on Un prime. This is nothing but the image of V under T, and this is nothing but the image of V prime under T. So if we consider, if we retrace the steps, we can easily get our T to be one-to-one, and obviously T is onto. To prove that T is a homomorphism, we prove that for all V and V prime in V and alpha in F, V plus V prime of T is the image of V under T plus image of V prime under T, and the image of alpha V under T is alpha times the image of V under T. So if we consider the LHS, that is the image of V plus V prime under T, it is that V is replaced by U1 plus and so on plus Un, and this is replaced by U1 prime plus U2 prime and so on Un prime under T. So because these are all members of Ui's and they are subspaces of capital V, all these elements are regarded as members of capital V, which is an abelian group under addition. So we can rearrange the terms and write like this. And so the image of this under T by the definition of T is nothing but the ordered n tuple with the first component U1 plus U1 prime and so on, the last one Un plus Un prime. Now by the definition of scalar multiplication, by the definition of addition, we have this being rewritten in this way. This is nothing but the image of V under T, and this is image of V prime under T. So, and that gives the RHS of the first subdivision. For the LHS of the second subdivision, we consider the LHS, the image of alpha V under T, and V is replaced by this, and by the definition of scalar multiplication in capital V, because these are members of Ui's which in turn are members of capital V, using scalar multiplication and the condition that V1, we have this step, and V1 in capital V, that's used here. And the image of this under T is the ordered n tuple alpha U1, alpha U2 and so on alpha Un by the definition of scalar multiplication. In the external direct sum, we have this alpha into this ordered n tuple, and that is nothing but the image of V under T. So it is alpha times the image of V under T, and that is the RHS of 2. So we have that internal direct sum to be isomorphic to the external direct sum, and therefore we will not distinguish between them, and hereafter we will be calling only direct sum, and the notation for that is V is equal to V1 circle plus and so on circle plus Vm. Next we are going to give the criterion for V to be the direct sum of two of its subspaces A and B. So the result goes like this: let A and B be subspaces of a vector space V, then V is the direct sum of A and B if and only if V is equal to, the first condition is this, V is equal to A plus B, and the second one is A intersection B is singleton 0. Now to prove the result, first we assume that A and B to be subspaces of the given vector space capital V, and also V is the direct sum of A and B. Now since A and B are subspaces of V, A plus B is also a subspace of V, and so A plus B is contained in V, name that as statement P. Also any small v in capital V can be uniquely expressed in the form V is equal to small a plus small b, where small a belongs to capital A and B belongs to capital B, and therefore capital V is contained in A plus B. If we name this as statement Q, from P and Q we can easily conclude that V is equal to A plus B. Now to prove that A intersection B is just singleton 0, we consider an arbitrary element x in A intersection B. Then because we have x which is a member of capital V, we have this x being written as x plus 0, where this 0 being additive identity in B, we have this any small v is uniquely written as an element in capital A plus an element in capital B. So this x, the x over here is regarded as a member of capital V. The x over here is regarded as a member of capital A. And in the same way, the same x which is a member of capital capital V is written as 0 plus x, and here it is regarded as a member of capital B. So by the uniqueness of the representation of x, we need to have our x to be 0. So A intersection B should be singleton 0, as this arbitrary element can only be 0. Now for the converse part, we shall assume the first and second subdivision. Then we have V to be written as A plus B. Uniqueness is to be proved. This is automatic, and only uniqueness needs to be proved. So suppose the same V is also written as A prime plus B prime. Then as LHS are equal, we have A plus B to be equal to A prime plus B prime, which in turn gives A minus A prime is equal to B minus B prime. This is obviously a member of A, and this being equal to this is a member of capital B, and therefore this is a member of A intersection B. But A intersection B by 2 is singleton 0, and therefore A minus A prime should be the element 0. And that in turn gives A is equal to A prime. In the same way, we have B also to be equal to B prime. So that proves the uniqueness. Next we have the examples for direct sum of two subspaces. If A is this subspace of R2, which is actually the x-axis of in R2, and B is the collection of all ordered pairs 0, y, where y range over capital R, which is actually y-axis, and these two are subspaces of R2, and we can easily see that R2 is the direct sum of these two subspaces A and B. And in the same way, in R3, we consider A to be this collection, which is a subspace of R3, and another subspace B, which is of this form. Then we can easily see that R3 is the direct sum of A and B. But if we consider A to be this subspace of R3 and B to be this subspace of R3, then R3 is not the direct sum of A and B, for the reason that A intersection B is not only just the singleton 0, that is the order triplet 0, 0, 0. More than that, it contains elements like 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, and so on. So as A intersection B is not just singleton 0, we do not have R3 to be the direct sum of A and B in this case.